I swear, with these glasses on, I look like I just come out of shop class. So we're gonna be talking about Zen Market, and I want to give you guys a kind of a, I don't want to call it a review, but my sort of interaction with them in terms of ordering items overseas. Now, the whole reason why I went about using Zen Market or a proxy service in the first place was that I was trying to get cards from the Donkey Kong trading card game, which I didn't know anything about until a month ago, when back in December I bought a copy of Donkey Kong 64 from Japan. It came with 2 cards, and then I went to Reddit to ask information on it. I have a ton of videos on my channel now about the Donkey Kong trading card game, so you can always go ahead and check it up in the bubble above. This channel is mainly about nostalgia though, so that's the whole reason why I wanted to get these cards in the first place. It's an item from my childhood that I would have enjoyed, and I'll enjoy it right now. So on Reddit, I was told to go and look at Yahoo Auctions, which is a sort of eBay-like version thing for Japan. Now, they still have eBay in Japan, so it's not like you can't access eBay in Japan. The whole idea of why people will use Yahoo Auctions is it's just in the country. Regardless, I didn't want to pay the price on our eBay to get some cards that were valued at $400 by some idiot, because the items are so obscure. And when I was looking at Yahoo Auctions, oh god, dude, the prices for these things were only like $10, $15, $2. It's crazy the amount of stuff that we value things over here because we consider it rare. No, it's just because the average person doesn't know how to do this trick. The trick is really to just go through a proxy service like Zen Market. I didn't really just have like an idea of where I needed to start, so I just went on YouTube and looked up Zen Market. And the cool thing is, your first item, the fee is waived. On Zen Market, and most likely every other website out there that does similar proxy services, have fees. The fees on Zen Market is 300 yen, which if you do the current math in 2022 for the conversion, it's roughly about $2.80. And so you can bid items, you can buy items through services on Japan, and you put the link into like Zen Market's URL, and it will usually tell you if you can buy this, and it will English out everything for you. So anything that's like in Japanese, you can easily read in the broken sort of translation, which has been helpful. I believe if you lose a bid, you get your 300 yen back. It just wouldn't make sense to drop yen on it and then lose it. It would probably make people not want to bid through the service. But going back to the Donkey Kong trading cards, I was able to get 4 specific items. A lot of them, they did have to sort of waiver out the bidding time, so I'd have to wait a lot longer. Then you have to wait for it to get to their warehouse. Once it gets to the warehouse, you have a 45-day leisure to where you can keep it in their warehouse and you can consolidate items. I don't think there is a single sort of limit on your items. I think that would just honestly kill their business. But you have to keep in mind you have 45 days to consolidate. Now, there's a bit of a problem when it comes to this service, because I don't know if it's just a Yahoo Auction issue, but a lot of sellers will not list the price for how much it's going to cost to ship it. Usually I think it's a distance issue, and they'd much rather just pay to the exact cent when shipping it to you rather than having to pay a flat rate or a waive fee. So usually what will happen is you see 2 things. One, you'll see the item is listed at that calculated price, or you have to pay shipping, or you get free shipping. Free shipping, you want that. That is amazing. That means that they took care of the entire shipping costs, somehow worked it into the price or whatever, but you are getting paid. And then the second issue is when you get that one that you have to weigh the item, then you have to go through their calculatory process. It'll give you a rough estimate of what it's going to cost, and then you'll be kind of held at hostage when it gets to their warehouse. They're going to be like, we want that money, before you can even get that to be an item that's considered registered for you. Be prepared when you use these services. I would almost go in it with 50% money to spend, 50% money to ship. It's not a clear sign of, obviously how much it's going to cost. That depends on the knowledge that you know. I didn't know anything. That's the strategy I used. So think about it. If you're going to be buying stuff that's like hardware physically, all this stuff just adds up in terms of even the cookies. A lot of these things are going to add up. And just when I did the 4 purchases, the 4 different auctions for the Donkey Kong cards, I think like a 4 or 5 pound box came out to $20. Guys, perspective. Just to get this shipped into America, it costed me 2,300 yen. that is not cheap. That's like about $20, and that doesn't account for all the shipping and the fees. So just think about that, the amount of weight that you're adding, the bigger boxes need to get shipped overseas. You really need to consider that, and that's the whole reason for this video, right? The whole reason is it's nice and easy to ship, but the shipping fees aren't also that scary. I think when people think of getting an item from Japan, they're thinking, oh shit, it's gonna cost $3,000 because I saw that's how much it costs to get an imported car in. No, it's gonna cost relatively about as much as it's going to need to go from one to the next person through the countries. And I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, professional as fuck. The way that they have it all itemized too, that is cool as hell. Holy crap. But you can almost tell they went through the process of looking at all this shit. So they took it out of the boxes and then they packaged it. Oh my god, this is crazy. Ooh, that is very inconvenient. Actually, I'm not, now that I look at this, I'm a little upset with how these cards were packaged. Holy shit, you can already see what I'm complaining about. I will probably continue to still use Yahoo Auctions for my needs with the Donkey Kong cards, but it's also just a nice outlet because when I'm going after a lot of the Nintendo 64 games in Japan and Japanese in general, I don't have to go through the US sellers and get an item that's going to cost the same, and it's still going to come from Japan. I could also go about this way if I'm looking for rare items that aren't getting listed on the United States eBay. Curious to know what maybe you guys are looking to use Zen Market for, but I'm also curious to what lengths people would go for to get some of these items. Again, this channel is primarily based on nostalgic content, so we have a whole nostalgic playlist to get you nostalgified for, I mean, mostly American content. That's what I'm starting to realize, a lot of American stuff. But check it out, and I'll see you over on that video.